Hi everyone! Today we're going to talk about how to plant, grow, and divide daylilies. And I think daylilies must be the most carefree of all flowering perennials. They're long-lived, easy care plants that thrive in almost any kind of soil. They can also be planted in full sun, 2-part shade, and they're rarely affected by any kind of insect pests or diseases. Now, daylilies are herbaceous perennials that grow many strappy leaves and flowering stems from a fleshy root system. Each bloom lasts a single day, and spent blooms can be snapped off to keep the plant looking tidy. There's an astonishing range of cultivars available, with sizes and flower colors to suit almost any garden design. This makes daylilies suitable for flower gardens, landscaping, rain gardens, naturalized areas, and even mass plantings. Now, it is important to note that the common orange and yellow daylily, often referred to as ditch lily or roadside lily, are invasive in certain areas. But since every location is different, it's always best to check with your local extension office to find out what plants are invasive in your area. But thankfully, these new hybrids do not pose that problem and carry no threat to our local ecosystems. I prefer to order bare root daylilies versus purchasing potted daylilies at a store. This is because you can save a lot of money buying bare root perennials, and also you get a much wider selection of cultivars to choose from. Now, bare root daylilies will ship just like all bare roots. They'll arrive in the very early spring, and they should be planted into the garden or into a pot upon arrival. When we take a look at this beautiful root system, we see the lovely fleshy roots. The top shoot here and the location where the roots meet the shoots is called the crown. And this is important to note because we want to plant bare root daylilies with the crown right here, even with or just very, very slightly below the soil surface for the best success rate for our plants. So now let's plant a bare root daylily. I'll start by digging a wide hole that's the same depth as the bare root itself. Next, I'm going to create a mound of soil in the center of the hole. Then we'll take our bare root, we'll place it on the mound, and we'll spread the roots all around. Now I'll double check that the crown is even with the soil surface. And once I see that, I'll go ahead and backfill with soil, covering up these roots. Firm it in lightly, and then give it a nice drink of water to settle the soil and get it off to a great start. Another option is to start your bare root daylilies in pots and then transfer them into the garden at a later date. Here's 2 bare root daylilies that I started inside 3 weeks ago. To do this, I choose a pot with drainage holes that's slightly bigger than the root system. I fill the pot halfway full with pre-moistened potting soil and then place the root on top of the potting soil. Next, I fill in around the root with more pre-moistened potting soil, and I water the root in sparingly at first. Then I place these pots on a bright sunny windowsill or under grow lights, and once I see that they're actively growing, I'll water them as normal. And now I have 2 beautiful plants that I can add into my garden at any time during the growing season. Daylilies will grow for years without any attention, but they will produce more flowers if they're divided about every 5 years. This daylily I have here is at least 8 years old, so let's dig it up together and divide it into a couple different sections. It's best to divide daylilies in the late summer after they've finished blooming, but for our purposes today, I'm going to divide mine in very early spring. And even as you dig this out, you can just feel how easy it's going to be to separate the root system. And what I like to do with daylilies is just divide them by hand and just kind of pull them apart gently. Just like that. Let's divide it again. And how about one more time? Now that we have all of these wonderful daylily divisions, we can go ahead and replant them into the garden using the same methods that we talked about earlier. I'll give them a nice drink of water, a bit of mulch, and now I've successfully quadrupled my daylily stock for this year. Well, I sure hope this video was helpful.